the clock, feel the ground start to shake. Long road behind me, but the future's wide awake. Didn't beg for a seat, didn't wait for the call. Built it brick by brick, now the lights start to fall. From late night uploads to the big time screen. Independent voice, never part of the machine. Truth in the feed, fire in the frame. They said stay small, I went and changed the game. No rearview mirror, we're too far gone. If you hear this now, you're already on. This ain't love, this ain't hype, this is years of grind. MattTaylorTV, right on time. In 2020 TC, we're hitting it hard, breaking into prime time. Raising the bar, smashing it for all it's worth. No brakes or drive, this is MattTaylorTV. No script from above, no strings on the mic. Just real conversations cutting through the noise and the spite. They watch from the sidelines, talk about maybe. I press record and the future gets crazy. Audience growing, momentum real, not chasing approval. This thing's got wheels, from underground truth to the prime time zone. Independent doesn't mean shift to begin. This is the moment, lean right in. No gatekeepers left, no ceiling inside. This ride only goes one way, up tonight. And 2020 TVs, we're hitting it hard, breaking into prime time. Raising the bar, smashing it for all it's worth. No brakes, all drive, this is MattTaylor. Come alive, jump on board, feel the energy. This year's gonna be the best year yet. You'll see epic moves, big screen dreams. MattTaylorTV, welcome to the scene. No fear, no filter, no turning back. Built for the moment, ready to crack. If you're here early, you already know when it breaks big. You were part of the growth. This isn't hype, it's timing and truth. A voice that mature but never lost its youth. Prime time's calling, hear that tone. That's the sound of the door being blown wide open. Talk 2020 seas, say it loud, say it clear. MattTaylorTV, this is our year. From screen to screen, worldwide ride. Truth on display with nowhere to hide. Jump on board, don't miss the climb. History's written in real time. Epic year, headline energy. MattTaylorTV, breaking into prime time. You don't watch this channel, you ride with it. MattTaylorTV, 2026. MattTaylorTV.
I am Conor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. Now I am immortal.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How the devil are ya? Hope you're all doing well. It's MattTaylorTV, currently known as Fatherhood. But as we all know, that can change pretty soon. It can change at a flutter of a butter, whatever that means. So it's Friday, the 6th of February, 2026, whenever that is. I don't rightly know. I hope all is well. Hunky-dory, let's have a story. I'm just glad to be alive, quite frankly, and because there's nothing better in the world today than being alive. So I thought, nothing much going on today. Nothing much going on today in the world. And I thought, why not? Let's say hi. Because I know there's nothing that brings me more pleasure than saying hi. And somewhat more a somber occasion when I say goodbye. So, I had a lovely day. Thank you for asking. This is meant to be a party. I know I've, sent the invites out a bit late, but I'm hoping the word will get around. I was going to say, what else would you be up to on a Friday night, 6th of February, 2026? But mind you, I've unsubscribed from so many channels, I wouldn't be able to tell you what's going on tonight. Bit of a blur. But fingers crossed, people will remember. They'll go, oh yeah, Matt Taylor, MattTaylorTV. Those were the days. Anyway, we can always keep our fingers crossed. Hope one day someone will come in and engage. And of course, there's no obligation to engage. That's something I have to make plainly clear. No one's got a gun to your head. Okay, but what I always like to remind my audience is that YouTube is a new type of social media platform. It's that engagement that makes it different from TV. You can see me and I can see you. And of course, I'm just looking at my analytics at the moment. There's a lot of people who are new viewers. So hello to the new viewers. There's 93% new viewers, only 3% casual viewers and 3% regular viewers. So it's lovely to see so many new viewers. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like, subscribe and all that jazz. I'm just looking at the analytics now. And not subscribed, 73%. Subscribe, 26%. Can you believe it? 49% watch on their mobile phones, 24 on their computers, 14 on their TV, and 12 on their tablets. The majority of viewers coming in at 26% are from the UK, 19 from the United States, 3% from the Philippines, 2% from Canada, and 1.4% from Indonesia. We've got 40% female compared to 60% male. Nobody between the ages of 13 and 17 watch. Only 3.2% of people aged between 18 and 24 watch. We've got a whopping 15.3 between the 25 and 34. But let's just get to the point. The biggest selection of people watching Matt Taylor TV are the 65 plus, coming in at a whopping 27%. Can you believe it? Adam and Eve it. So, crikey. What on earth is going in the world today? What a palaver. And I'm not talking about a palaver in which you can eat. I'm talking about a palaver which you just slap your hand against your head and you just shake it and you think, fucking hell. I'm glad I'm not certain people out there. And somebody made a really good point, which I really think is valid and something we should all take in mind, as going forward. All those people who come across as the most high and mighty, they're the ones you've got to check out. They're the ones you've got to keep an eye out for, isn't it? All those people who come across as the great and good, when really we know on their holidays, they're doing disgraceful things. And so while I welcome this exposure, it's very traumatic to read about it, really. Here's me. I just want to get on with my life. You know, I said that last night before I went to bed. I said, you know, I haven't worked on my King Arthur for ages, and I should really work on my King Arthur today. But I had an unexpected visitor today, and a very most welcome unexpected visitor, and we've had a lovely day. Suffice to say, not one bit of work was completed on King Arthur, and reminds me of King Arthur because it reminded me of a comment by our dear friend Harry Munker. You may know Harry Munker. He uses a few names, which, you know, is a bit of a red flag in itself, isn't it? Yeah, always beware of those people who use a few names, be it Harry Munker, Tony Quigley, or Tony Harris. Three are the same, 3 in 1, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about King Arthur. I just remember something he said about King Arthur in a comment, I do believe, 26th of January, something like that. Everyone knows King Arthur never existed, and there's never got you anywhere either, especially in politics. Crazy. I mean, everyone knows King Arthur was a real historical figure, and quite frankly, anyone who doesn't believe King Arthur was a real historical figure has, in all probability, been brainwashed by Hollywood. I bet there's people out there who think the only way to become a king is by pulling a sword out of a stone. So funny. Oh, actually, I was thinking about Harry's comment. I loved what he said. He goes, this is partly why you have no audience. You never really had any substantial audience at all, but you technically did have one. And so, you know, it makes you wonder, what on earth is that plonker going on about? I've either got an audience or I haven't, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I think the quote went on like this. It said, this is partly why you have no audience. You never really had any substantial audience at all. But you did technically have one, and it was all right. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who takes the time to comment. It's always a pleasure. And I know what there's an effort. There's always an effort in leaving a comment, be it a small effort or a medium effort or a large effort. But either way, it's an effort leaving a comment. And I do want to thank everyone for leaving comments. It's always nice to get engagement from the audience, which I hasten to add are mostly new viewers. So if you are a new viewer, be sure to subscribe so you can always keep up to date with the zany, crazy bullshit that comes out of MattTaylorTV, now commonly known as Fatherhood. Yes, I'll explain why I changed it to Fatherhood in a moment, but I just want to finish off something important to say about messages. So while, of course, I'm very grateful for anyone taking the time to comment, of which I sincerely am, I just like to say all comments will be used as content. A big shout out to Katie. Hello, Katie. Good to see you in the house, Katie. Trust your week has treated you well. Oh, God, it's been so quick. Start of the week, I was up at my magical Marjorie girlfriend's place. Her son had just turned 21, and he'd gone off for a few days in Bournemouth. I know I'm saying too much. I'm revealing too much. Absolutely against the advice in chapter 3 of how to be a YouTuber. But, you know, come on. Yeah, I know there's advice and you should always follow advice. But listen, I like to tell people what's going on. So, yeah, the start of the week was up with the girlfriend, and then back to Brighton, bish bash posh, a bit busy. Oh, I went fishing. I went night fishing. Caught nothing. But it was a lovely evening under the stars, feeding the fish. I know, February already. Crazy, isn't it? Before we know it, it's going to be September. And I'll be celebrating my mother's birthday. Crazy, I know. It's just time flies, doesn't it? You know, and especially when you're having fun. time flies that little bit faster than it usually would. I do love it. I do love a bit of time. I love it when time flies. It's fun, and I hope January and February treated you well, Katie. Yeah, I've had a lovely time, and so I still managed to keep my obligation, walking the dog. Yes, indeed. You got to maintain the obligations, haven't you? So I've been up and back and fro from Brighton to Kent all week. Been very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to a lovely weekend, all for myself. Because even though it's nice, you know, Katie will know this. As a parent, you've got responsibilities. You know, as a partner, you've got responsibilities. As a family man, you've got responsibilities. And of course, it's always good to have responsibilities, because with responsibilities, you feel needed. But it's also nice to have a weekend of no responsibilities. Yes, very well. Thank you. Always good, Katie. Thank you ever so much for coming in and saying hi. I know there's something going on today, but I don't know what it is. Coming up to, my middle-aged, but mind you, my magical imaginary girlfriend, son, says it's not middle-aged, it's old, but I don't really take too kindly to that, to be fair. Oh, there we go. Katie's revealed she's had a rewarding time. Goodness gracious me. There's more to that than just the word, and so it shows me that Katie's got has a lot been going on. And of course, don't be shy, jump in and say hi, as I always say. The beauty of YouTube is its interactivity, the engagement level. So, while we have got the opportunity to engage, I do like to urge everyone who's taking the time to tune in to engage. Yes, of course, yes, reward and being a parent. Yes, I know. And of course, it's not just being a parent, it's rewarding being an active citizen within one's society. I think you'd agree, isn't it? One thing I've really enjoyed about walking dogs, because there's 2 dogs I regularly walk now, is the interaction I have with other dog walkers. It's such a rewarding thing, and getting stuck in and having a chat, getting out and about more. I mean, today I was out and about on the hills. My son came out today. He was available, put it that way. And so, yeah, I spent the day with my son, and we had a lovely time. And so, even though it was pissing down with rain, it was still lovely. And it's just so nice to have the opportunity to talk to people, because there's nothing I love better than having a good natter. It's good for the soul. It's good for the brain. And it's just good knowing what else is going on in other people's lives, quite frankly. And my daughter is actually off somewhere, maybe Wales, and she's taking her walking leader qualification. She's taking this she's doing this test, this course, in which she'll become a trek leader. And I'm well chuffed with that, because I've had a bit of that in the army. I've met quite a few new people. Brilliant. It's been different yet fun. Oh, well done, Katie. A big shout out to Lenny in the house. Good evening to you all. Hey, Matt and the cult. I don't know what he's on about in a cult. There's only one cult leader around here, and it certainly ain't me. Bish bash bosh. On with the chat. Yeah, so my daughter, and that's what I loved about. I had a bit of that in the army. Compass, ordnance survey map. There's nothing I love better than a lovely ordnance survey map. I do love maps, but the ordnance survey maps I love more than anything else. I actually get quite okay, I'll say it. It's an adult show, I get a bit of an hard-on for a ordnance survey map. I think if you're going to have a map, get yourself an ordnance survey map. Yes, indeed. Cool choice your daughter has made. Yes, and this is quite interesting because the mother of my children, everyone knows her name. Let's just refer to her as Kay. Kay loves to ride bikes. Okay, so Kay is a ride the bike type of person. And so is my son. My son likes to ride bikes as well. But I'm more of a walker. I like to walk. Just joking. I know you are a bit. And that's what we love. That's what I certainly love about, you know, going live. We all have a bit of natter, a bit of banter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Over to Lenny, who says, I'm collecting a Jurassic World Funko Pop dinosaurs at the moment. Wow. 24 to collect, and I have 12. Fantastic. Have you, talking about Valentine's coming up soon, I popped into Asda today, and you know, Lego have got a whole collection of Valentine flowers that you can make out of Lego. I mean, crazy. So there we got Lego getting in with a bit of the Valentine markets. So I'm collecting the Jurassic World Funko Pop dinosaurs. The Jurassic World Funko Pop dinosaurs at the moment. 24 to collect. I have 12. Steaming ahead. Halfway there, Lenny. Katie, go you. May you succeed in collecting the full 24. That sounds a bit like a Star Wars like saying, isn't it? There's a documentary on dinosaurs on Netflix even, with Morgan Freeman narrating. Trailer dropped today on YouTube. Wowee. And funny enough, it's I was out with Lewis and we were talking about different breeds of dogs, and he's always been a dinosaur fan. And there's Lewis comparing. It's quite funny, really. There's Lewis comparing breeds of dogs to different dinosaurs. He said how Alsatians are the raptors. That's quite funny. Oh, crikey, yeah. So, talking about Valentine's. Hope you've all got your Valentine's card ready. I got one today. I'll read it out to you. It's quite lovely, actually. For the one I love, there's no one as lovely as you. You're so special and caring too. So on Valentine's Day, I just wanted to say, you really are my dream come true. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So so hopefully I'll be up there on Valentine's Day, Saturday the 14th. God willing, I may even take my girlfriend out for a meal. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Some people just age, they don't grow up. Yes, quite right. Crikey, yeah. Yes. Pump fist. I always like dinosaurs, Matt. Who doesn't love the T-Rex? I know, lovely, isn't it? Eh? Apparently, there's one set of things, and they're all feathered. I took my son to watch Walking with the Dinosaurs years back. Oh, let's talking about cinema. What have we got coming up this year? Summer. I do think we got Supergirl. Just saying. Yes, Valentine's coming up. I know. Oh, it reminds me back in the day, fucking hell, where the whole class got Valentine's cards, you know, but there was always one or two people, namely myself, who never got a Valentine's card. Fucking hell. What was that like? But hey, better late than never, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but my girlfriend, she, you know, I don't know why. It's only a day, isn't it? But she's big on Valentine's Day. She doesn't mind me not taking her out on Valentine's Day because she knows that the prices are just go up. But, you know, yeah, have every day of the year to show loved ones. I know, I'm with you on that. But, you know, there's an element of, I don't know. That's a price I pay, really. And I've got no problems with it. You know, don't get me wrong. I've got no problems with Valentine's Day. I feel very blessed. And I certainly am not going to criticize anyone for getting swept away with the Valentine's palaver, for want of a better word. Over to Lenny, this is directed to Katie. Did he like it? Talking about Katie's son that she took out to the cinema, Walking with Dinosaurs, years ago. I was 12 when the first Jurassic Park came out. I didn't see the film till it came out in video a year later. Yes, he believed that they were real. It was great to go, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, and of course, you know, that's what I love about my kids, is living their lives through their eyes again, if you know what I mean. The first Jurassic Park was as big as Star Wars, merchandise, toys, etc. It didn't beat E.T. for the most money made in cinema takens, making memories. There was one thing I really liked about Lewis one time. He was riding. Remember I said it, Lewis and his mum like to ride bikes. Lizzie and I like to walk. But there was one time, and I'm so grateful for Lewis doing this. He was riding his bike to New Haven. So because where he lives in Seaford, you can get everywhere through the back ways, over the hills. And he phoned me up and he goes, Dad, it's amazing. And it was so good because it was in real time. He goes, there's a whole flock of geese flying over me as we speak. And he compared the geese to pterodactyls. Did I pronounce that right? Do you know those birds, you know, the dinosaur birds? And he was imagining there were a whole flock of pterodactyls flying above him. Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. But yeah, Katie, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And isn't that what life is? Essentially, it's all memories, because that's all we've got ultimately when we pass over, start of the great adventure. We have made many memories and much more to come. Yes, indeed. Now, listen, everyone, while it's always lovely for Katie and Lenny to jump in, you know, the invitation is open to everyone. Don't be shy, jump on in and say hi. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's that interactivity that you don't get on TV. It's the engagement that you get without an engagement ring. So I'm just talking about how I feel about it. I say, let's make the most of it. Over to Lenny. Says, there's a skeleton of a Stegosaurus called Apex online. They found nearly the full fossil remains. It's amazing. Google him. Apex Stegosaurus. Apex Steg O saw me arse. Yes. He was found in South Dakota 150 million years ago. Okay. We'll check it out, Lenny. Apex was sold in an auction to some billionaire geezer, but he is put in museums around the place. About the size of an African elephant. That's amazing. But, you know, some people think dinosaurs is a big psyop. I mean, I don't particularly think that myself, but what kind of world do we live in, really? It looks a bit like it looks a bit like, oh, I've forgotten all my dinosaur names. I really have. I've forgotten all my dinosaur names, Lenny. There we go. Lenny's a big fan of dinosaurs. I would never have guessed. I would never have guessed, Lenny. Apex the Stegosaur, the most expensive dinosaur ever sold. Weird looking thing. What a weird looking thing, eh? Amazing, isn't it? These kind of creatures walked the world. And of course, dinosaurs were around for a lot longer than humans ever been. Some people think they're a psyop. Who? John Wedger? No, I don't know, mate. I'm, you know, I don't know. Do you think he saw us? Apex will set you back a few quid, Matt. Not. Do you reckon an Apex will set you back the same as a Leonardo da Vinci sketch of an ankle? I think it sold at Sotheby's in New York a couple of days ago for 20 million plus. 10 times it's expected. 10 times it's expected forecast. Imagine Apex in your yard on display. Crazy, eh? Crazy. Scare off the haters. Haters? Aren't haters just a psyop? I don't believe in that. I don't think there's such thing as haters. There's only people who admire you. And anyone who does say kind of like derogatory things about you, you know, they're just jealous. They love you really. I love you really. Really dearly. Let's have a... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The world is changing, obviously, isn't it? But are we going in the right direction? You know? What is really being revealed? Because I know we really have kind of like got disclosure when we start talking about the aliens, you know? When we have an alien representative on the news introducing himself and showing us some home video of his home planet. That's when I know we're really on the right track. But up until now, I think we're all still being played. We're all still being played. You know, little nuggets are being given now and then. But you know, ultimately, we're still in the dark. We're still in the cage. We're still being shafted. Maybe just with a bit more Vaseline than before to make the experience a little more palatable. But ultimately, we're still getting a big one up our backsides. I know some people may enjoy that, but other people don't. Then he says, Matt, look at the size of Australia, Africa, Russia, Brazil, and China. There's probably dinosaur fossils all over the place, not to mention the small, wee, tiny countries. But what's this about? You know, when was the first fossil found? I mean, what was that all about? You know, apparently, officially, the first fossil was found was 1824. You know? But mind you, in 1677, Robert Plot publishes the first illustration of a dinosaur bone, a femur fragment, mistaking it for a giant human's thigh bone. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So I imagine before the 18th century, a lot of these dinosaur bones that they were coming across, people were thinking were giant bones. I stopped looking at identity politics, nasty and decisive. I enjoyed the dinosaur stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you. I love a bit of King Arthur myself. That's my distraction. I love getting distracted by King Arthur. So yeah, this is interesting. You know, the first scientifically described dinosaur fossil was discovered in England and named a megalosaurus by William Buckland in 1824. Although large bones, like the one in the image, were found and documented by Robert Plot in 1677, who thought they belonged to a giant human or elephant. The term dinosauria was coined later by Richard Owen in 1841 for Megalosaurus iguanodon, and another dinosaur word which I'm not even going to try and pronounce. But yeah, so I'm just surprised there was no one was digging up dinosaur bones long before then, really. 1824 is literally a few days ago by comparison to the dinosaur reigns on Earth. I know that's a good thing you bring up, because compared to humans, like in the 24-hour clock, the humans have been around on the Earth for about a minute. Whereas the dinosaurs were like, a couple of hours. And I was talking to my son about this evolution, my son was saying if all the humans, the mammals, we started off on if all the humans were extinct, what mammal would become the prominent species? He said insects, but I maybe said rats, because a rat will always eat an insect rather than an insect eating a rat. And then just imagine rats evolving into humanoid forms. That'd be pretty impressive. Then he says some clown days Trump has 4 months. Oh, some clown says maybe Trump has 4 months to live because he has reddish hands. I know. Some people say, and I think it's dreadful that anyone could say this against her. But it was actually my sister who said it, funny enough. She reckons, or she's heard from someone, and I know this is only speculation, with no way saying this to be, she reckons King Charles's fat fingers is down to eating human flesh. Mind you, Putin said something different, said something interesting, didn't he? The vampire's ball is coming to an end. The Western elites have got flesh in their bellies, human flesh in their bellies. And then he says, I remember they renamed the Brontosaurus the Ranklosaurus. I'm not sure why. Mind you, I can't even bloody pronounce these words, to be fair. How do religions explain the dinosaur period? God created them first. I know, it's fascinating, isn't it? And are dinosaurs even mentioned in the holy books? I doubt if they are. I'll upload my current Kinder dinosaur collection on my page. Well done, Lenny. Yeah, I'll check it out, mate. If any of you haven't done so already, Lenny's YouTube is Lenny7514. So we'll wait until Lenny posts his video. Oh, there we go. Oh no! Oh yeah, the last thing he posted was your prototype of the dragster with outer flux capacitor. I don't know how you feel about that, Lenny, but be sure to subscribe to Lenny7514. Oh my God, Lenny. It looks like everyone's abandoned us. I'm thinking this, we're not fucking talking dinosaurs all evening. But mind you, I do love a good chat about dinosaurs. What's this we got? I've got a number 1 in brackets. Oh yeah, good. Good. So what do you make of these Lego getting in with the Valentine market? You can buy fucking flowers which you can give to your loved ones, and they make it out of bloody Lego. Crazy shit, man. But mind you, I've got to take my hat off to Lego. They get everywhere, don't they? Some pretty spectacular marketing coming from Lego, that's for sure. So yeah, right. World politics. Even though I'm with Lenny in some respect about, well, politics is just device. Can't even fucking speak. Let me just look at what Lenny's comment about. Yeah, there it is. I like what Lenny has to say. Identity politics, nasty and divisive. While I agree, politics is generally nasty and divisive, I still can't help but get wrapped into it all, really. It's crazy shit. And isn't it embarrassing that at the centre of our politics is none other than convicted paedophiles? And, you know, crikey, where's it all going to end? Where's it all going to end? And how did it all begin? Either way, it's... Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks, Lenny. I'll stick that up. They look lovely, Len. They look lovely. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Love it. Let's have a zoom in. So Lenny's got... Very funny. So there's 24 to collect. And Lenny has got... Lenny has got 12. Oh, yeah, so look, see this green one here? I thought that was what you were looking at. This green one on the far right. That looked like your apex stegosaurus for a while, but maybe not. Oh, but that one's a... Oh, I don't know what the names are. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on view so far. Very nice, Lenny. There it is. There's only 11 in the picture. I ordered the T-Rex from a guy on eBay from Italy. I can't have a farm with dinos. Yes, and no T-Rex. You've got to have T-Rex in there somewhere, haven't you, mate? Yeah. Yes, some guy thinks the pretodactyl is bigger than the other guys. Thank you. I don't have a Stegosaurus, Matt. Not want for trying. Well, yeah, have they even moulded it yet? You know what I mean? Brilliant. Oh, it's a pleasure. No, thanks for sharing, Lenny. Thanks for sharing. It's always fun. And who doesn't love dinosaurs, eh? Who doesn't love dinosaurs? We all love a bit of dinosaurs. I think I may get started on my drock. Let's get it back up again, I think. I may do some dinosaur groks, I think. Yeah, that's the flying dinosaur, whatever you call it. Oh yeah, the pterodactyl. Yes, the pterodactyl is the orange in the front. Yes, and that was what I loved about Lewis when he rung me up, and there was loads of geese flying overhead, and he imagined there was a whole flock of pterodactyls flying over. Wonderful. Yeah, just a hobby to beat the New Year blues. Of course, we're well into November now. Hey, well into November. Yeah, we'll stick up. We'll leave up Lenny's dinosaur collection. They look bloody lovely. And you know, everyone needs a hobby. Damn right we do. As Lenny says, just a hobby to beat the New Year blues. Pterodactyl. Oh, pterodactyl. Yes, pterodactyl pronunciation. Pterodactyl. That's it. Oh, crazy. Are they even based on Latin, these dinosaur names? I don't think they are they? It's just a bit of nostalgia. We all have a bit of nostalgia, don't we? I've been listening to all the old albums I used to fall asleep on when back in my teenage years. I've been rediscovering Marillion, Misplaced Childhood. What an album that is. Oh. And I've been catching up with my old Eric Clapton, August. Eric Clapton's August is one of the most fantastic albums I've ever heard. And it reminds me of, because back in the day with the old tape recorder, you could stick a C60 in, you know, and as soon as the tape finished, it was off. You know what I mean? Good question, Matt. I assume it's Latin. Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't look Latin, but it's got to be Latin, hasn't it? How else would it be? And of course, Latin is an older language than when dinosaurs were discovered. Here we say, you know, officially, the first kind of like dinosaur fossil, 1824. But mind you, from the 16th century onwards, they were coming across big bones, which they put down to giant humans. Yes, that's right, Lenny. Fish was the lead singer. We don't hear much from him now, don't we? But Marillion, Misplaced Childhood, what an album! So I've been listening to Marillion. I love Tango in the Night. I remember listening to that growing up. Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen, August. So of course, yeah, back in the day, you could just put a tape in. And I know you had to turn it over to hear the whole album, but you could just put a tape in, and once the tape finished, you know, it was off, wasn't it? Nowadays, you need to turn things off. If you don't turn it off, it will carry on playing. Wasn't Clapton dating Davina McCall around that time? Surely not. No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Davina McCall? No way. I just need to have a... No, I would have known. No way. Davina McCall? Don't be... No way. I'm a big fan of Davina McCall. And, yeah, I would know. Yeah, I do love a bit of Eric Clapton. Massive fan of Eric. You know, here's a bonus point for you. I know you'll get it, Lenny. It's easy, really. Easy peasy. But what bird was married to a Beatles that he fancied? And he actually eventually married himself. Patsy, her name was. So who was Patsy married to in the Beatles? Clapton was with Carla Bruni at one time. Oh, lovely, yeah. Now Carla Bruni, wasn't she married to a French president, Carla Bruni? I think so. Let me just get her up. Is that the same Carla Bruni? No, I got it wrong. Oh no, she was, yeah. So she went on to marry the French bloke. Isn't he doing time now? Nicolas Sarkozy. Yes. Yes, you know, Patty Boy. Yeah, it's an easy one, isn't it, George Harrison? I'm not bullshitting you, Matt. Davina McCall and Clapton, they happened. Do you reckon that happened? Let's see. No way. Really? Are you shitting me? Davina McCall and Eric Clapton. You reckon they were a couple? Fucking hell. TV presenter Davina McCall briefly dated musician Eric Clapton in the early 90s when she was in her mid-20s. Fucking hell. Wow, there's actually a picture of them. Fucking hell. I'm surprised. I never knew. Can you believe it? Oh, fucking hell. So I've got to stop sharing the dinosaurs. I know. I'm blown away. I am blown away. There it is. There's the proof. Mid-20s, and he must have been 40, wasn't he? Crikey, I never knew that. Look at that. Good God. Well, I never. Patty Ball, George Harrison. Yes, Eric Clapton fell in love with Patty Ball. I mean, talk about obsession. These rock star relationships never last. It's all fickle. And of course, we all know what happened to Eric Clapton's firstborn. Terrible, isn't it? I'm not shitting you, Matt. I'm truth bombing you. Laugh out loud. I am shocked. I am totally shocked. I never knew that. I never knew that at all. I never knew. What a shocker. Yes, Lenny, fair dues. Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. I'm seldom wrong, Matt, but I'm always right. Clapton may have been looking for his long-lost family, although I doubt it. Yeah, because he was brought up by his auntie, wasn't he? Something like that. Mind you, I've always considered Eric Clapton to be a bit of a narcissist. But that's okay. You know, when you're being told that you're God from your early 20s onwards, you would become a bit of a narcissist, you know. And I've read a few. That's a lie, actually. I haven't read any autobiographies. But I've watched lots of stuff and read stuff, and I get the impression he's a bit entitled. You know, he feels entitled to sleep with who he wants, and I think that's something all rock stars have, isn't it? That entitlement to sleep with whoever they damn well want because they're a rock star. Oh, I heard about this as well. This only came out recently, didn't it? Patsy Kensit was with Terence Stamp. She was 23 and he was 53. I only found out about this yesterday, actually. They were talking about how Terence Stamp was the most beautifulest man in the world. Terence Stamp and Patsy, yes, Patsy Kensit. I mean, hey, listen, love's love, isn't it, eh? Love's love. There we go. There's Terence, 53, and Patsy, 23. Yeah. To be fair, Clapton and Van Morrison were the only ones vocally against the lockdown, the COVID lockdown nonsense. I mean, yeah, but what I understand it was, Eric got the vaccine, and he went public about the adverse effects of the vaccine, and he got slated, you know, pretty much cancelled for it, just for saying, mate, you know, I don't feel good. And I think it's all coming to everyone's agreeing on the fact that it was a load of nonsense, wasn't it? And I can't say this for myself, or I haven't checked it myself, but there's some kind of like something coming out from the Epstein files that the lockdown was all used to get Trump out of power. But you know, who do you believe in this day and age about anything? You know, what do you think Stamp told her, Matt? Kneel before General Zod. The old devil. But Patsy is a beautiful woman. Look at that. She's a beauty, isn't she? She's a beauty. So do you reckon she went out with you? Look, there she is. She had a secret affair with Terence. This is the guy from Simple Minds, isn't it? Simple Mind bloke. Oh, she's looking. There we go. There's Patsy. Terence. Kneel before Zod. I had a secret affair with charming and passionate Terence Stamp. when I was 23 and he was 53, reveals Patsy Cline. Terence Stamp, glamorous actor who epitomised swinging London, then ran away to India. Oh, I never knew that. I never knew that. Gorgeous bloke, apparently. Gorgeous bloke was old Terence. Actress Catherine O'Hara recently died, 71. She looked very drawn and unwell. Let's check out Catherine O'Hara. Was she the one in Home Alone? Is that the one you're talking about? Catherine O'Hara. Yes, there you go. Yeah, I mean, look, 71 after battling a brief illness. I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Sean O'Connery told Barry Norman in 1983 that Bond should be played by a young man. He mentioned Mel Gibson. Oh, I never knew that. Never saw much of Stamp's work except General Zod and Superman 2. Yeah, so to be fair, actually, quite a good point. I'm not really too clued up. But apparently, you know, I imagine he would have done a lot of theatre work. You know what I mean? That's what makes an actor a great actor. The theatre work they do. Yeah, sad news. Poor Catherine O'Hara. There she is. I mean, yeah, everyone has to go, don't they? And of course, very sad to hear that John Virgo. Very sad to hear John Virgo is no longer with us. I was a big fan of John. What a guy, you know. John Virgo, mate. Yeah, and he was like, I think this is one of the last pictures of him. He was still commentating on the final couple of weeks ago, weren't he? Great man. Great man. You know, ultimately, we all have to go. We all have to go eventually. What the hell was Stamp in besides Superman 2? Betsy. Funny. What the hell was Terence Stamp in? Terence Stamp movies. What the hell was Terence Stamp in other than Patsy Kenzie? So here we go. Can you see what I see? Of course you can. So we got... Oh, well, it was in 2. Oh, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Oh, did you know he was in Star Wars, Phantom Menace? So there we go. He started his first film, 1962. Billy Budd, The Collector, 1965. Modesty, Blaze, Poor Cow, Bowfinger, Yes Man, Valerie, The Adjustment Bureau, Hunger Games, no, Hunger, no, Dark Materials, Smallville. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't, not a huge work, isn't it? But what about theatre? I imagine he'd done a lot of theatre. Theatre. Yeah, it looks like he'd done more theatre than he did. I don't know, really. I don't know. I don't know. Yes. Rest in peace, John Virgo. Another Q Meister gone to heaven. Yes. let's see that. Let's see a picture of Terence Stamp in Queen of the Desert. Oh right, bloody hell. Well, I never. They all dress up as a woman one time or another. They all love dressing up as women. Yes, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I remember him. Stamp must be walking the boards guy, yes. Theatre and all that. Good looking bloke. Don't really fancy him as a woman, to be fair. He looks like a woman, you know what I mean? I feel sorry for those transitioning who still look like a man dressed up as a woman. But hey, that's a bit controversial. So I think we should kind of like swiftly get on from that. Yes, let's check him out as General Zod. General Zod. Classic role. Classic role. And it was so good, wasn't it? Because Superman went in that tunnel thing and then loads of flashing lights. But the trick was everyone outside of the tube was losing all their powers, and Superman inside the tube was regaining his powers. So he came out of the tube. Everyone thought, oh, he's a weakling now. And then someone like Zod went, kneel. And so Superman kneeled. And then Zod said, kiss my hand. And then Superman took hold of Zod's hand and then started squeezing it. Remember that? Oh, lovely. Let's see if we can... Terence Stamp, Superman squeezed hand. That was a great little thing. Here it is. Here it is. Am I allowed to play it though? That's the big question. Am I allowed to play it? Have we got any volume? Have we got any volume? Love it.
And now, finally. Take my hand and swear eternal loyalty to Zod.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Oh. So good.
He switched it. He did it to them. I mean, the lights were on out here, while he was safe in there.
Hey, you know something? You're a real pain in the neck.
You see, you can't outwit Superman. That's for sure. You know you're Superman too, Matt. I was glued to the TV at Christmas when that was on years ago. What a film. Yes. You know you're Superman too. Yes, I do. I do, mate. The woman who played Ursa was great too. English actress. All right, okay. Let's see who that was. Ursa. Zod. Lovely lady. What was her name then? Ursa. Here she is. I didn't know she was an English actress. Oh, look, Sarah Douglas. Or yeah, Sarah Douglas. Sarah Douglas. There we go. Yeah, I mean, look, she's a beautiful woman, isn't she, eh? Look at her. In fact, she's been in a few movies, but I wouldn't be able to say. Space 99, Conan, Falcon Crest. She was in Falcon Crest. Thought I recognised her. I forgot all about that. Now, I tell you, she is one beautiful lady. She is. Oh, look at that. That must have been in Conan Barbarian. God, I didn't realise how sexy Sarah Douglas is. Gorgeous woman. Look, she would have made a lovely Princess Leia, wouldn't she? Look at her there, crikey. Yeah. What a gorgeous lady. Sarah Douglas. Great film. Sarah Douglas. I do remember on Falcon Crest, but I never made that connection because I used to watch Falcon Crest. She played the ice cold villainess. Well, yeah. But I tell you, she's a beauty. She's a beauty, she is. I always liked her in Superman anyway. Most beautiful women out there. I mean, there's so many, aren't there? Do you know who I was looking at? Who I thought was really good looking? Sally Fields. I tell you, I think Sally Fields, another beautiful lady, man. Look at this one. She's gorgeous, man. I do fancy a bit of Sally Fields. Gorgeous, gorgeous lady. I mean, very underrated, actually. She would have made a good Princess Leia, definitely. Aged gracefully. She's still alive, I think, isn't she? Yeah. I do fancy a bit of Sally Fields. Yes, Falcon Crest. I watched it too. Remember Maggie? She was Susan Sullivan. Remind me of Susan Sullivan. Because, of course, Falcon Crest was the rival to Dynasty, wasn't it? If I remember. Let's remind me of Susan Sullivan. Oh, yes. I recognise her there. Right. And so she was in Falcon Crest, Incredible Hulk. Star Trek. She was even a bit of Star Trek, mate. Yeah, oh yes. I remember that now. I've forgotten all about Susan Sullivan. Another beauty there. She's gorgeous there. We all grow old. Damn. Beautiful looking lady. Yes, indeed. All right. She was Burt Reynolds' bird. Oh, I never knew. Sally Field. You like me, you really like me. And of course she was in Forrest Gump, wasn't she? Forrest Gump. Mag, you sending out all these names. You do know your birds, mate. Oh yes. Okay. Gia Bertie. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Maggie was a stunner. Well, let's see. Let's see what Maggie was like, shall we? Maggie. Gia Bertie. Oh, right. Yes. So we're still talking about Sarah Douglas. No, Susan Sullivan, I mean. We're still talking about Susan Sullivan. But her character was Maggie. Yes, okay. Get ya. I get ya. Oh, was she in a Oh, I haven't heard that in years. It was an episode of Kojak. Tom Hanks' mum in Forrest Gump. Do you believe there's 2 R's in Forrest, or am I wrong? I think I am wrong, actually. Yeah. Remember that time when I corrected everyone how to spell Liberace, and I was the one who got it wrong? Those were the days. Those were the days. Oh, so. God. Before I go live, there's always so much. I think, oh yeah, I'll bring this, I'll say that, and when I go live, I totally forget all about it. Yes, her character was Maggie, a rival vineyard owner, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah, God, those were the days. That's when everyone sat around their TV. Falcon Crest was all about the plonk, the blanc, the rosé, the grapes. Those were the days. Oh, that's a name from the past. Angela Channing. Now, is that a real actress's name or is it a character name? So if I remember correctly, that's a character's name, isn't it? Angela Channing. Angela Channing. Yes, it's a fictional character. Yeah. Now, do you know what this has reminded me of, right? Soap. Do you remember Soap? The American sitcom. Do you remember this? It was brilliant. Soap. A crazy dysfunctional family. I certainly remember it. Yeah. Brilliant. I loved a bit of Soap, I did. Crazy set of characters. What the cast of Soap? Was that, I just see that Billy Crystal there. Billy Crystal, I got it right, yeah. Loads of great names. Loads of great names. Yeah. Those were the days. Yeah. Primetime television. Falcon Crest was long running as Dallas. Talk about Dallas. Yes, crikey. Oh, they had some lookers in Dallas, mate. That was it. They had some bloody lookers in Dallas. The younger sister, whatever her name is, this one, Daisy or whatever her name was. Gosh, she was gorgeous. Even the old woman I found, yeah, and this Patrick Duffy's wife, JR's wife. They were all smashers, man. They had to be the best looking girls out there. So cast. Let me just get the names up. Larry Hackman, of course. Patrick Duffy, Linda Gray, Victoria Principal. That was the one I was trying to get. And then Charlene. Gosh, Charlene's got old now. God, look at her. She was gorgeous, wasn't she? I think we all loved a bit of Charlene back in the day. Crikey. But Victoria, she was gorgeous. Oh, man. These were the beautiful women I was brought up on. Linda Gray. Even the old bird. You know, she was lovely looking. Those were the days. Those were the days, my friend. Who's this? Oh, right. Okay, yes. Jane Wine. Yes. Let's look up Jane Wineman. Love a bit of Jane Wineman. This is old trip down memory lane, isn't it? Jane Wineman. Right. She's, and that's going back a bit. We're talking about 1940s, 50s Hollywood. Mind you, you know, I reckon all women are beautiful, really. There's something beautiful in all women. Soap, no, Matt, no. Oh, you didn't catch up on your soap. Oh, I remember that well. Irish TV didn't show that, I don't think. Oh, you're in Ireland, didn't know. Billy Crystal must be pretty old now, yes. And of course, for a point, what was Billy Crystal in with Meg Ryan? So what was the film? Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. Easy, really. I just need to remind myself. Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan. Oh yeah. But I had to Google it, to be fair. Dallas, I remember it on the TV and all the fuss, but I was a little too young to remember much of it. Well, of course, the big thing about Dallas was they'd done a whole series, okay, and they fucked it all up. So the only way to Sleepless in Sussex, I like it, well done. The only way to resolve this totally fucked up season of Dallas, in which people got killed, was to say it was all a dream. So they ended it something with Patrick Duffy coming out of a shower, and I think Priscilla, Victoria, I don't know. Oh, I had a strange dream last night. Or maybe in the series, Patrick Duffy got killed. And of course, they all had their Who Shot JR. But yeah, so they wrote off a whole season of Dallas by saying it was all a dream. Oh, crazy. The old bird, she was dating Howard Keel, was it? Oh, right, okay. I thought Howard Keel was a bit of a homo, but... Oh, right, yes. Really? Jane was married to, really? Oh, married to Ronald Reagan. Sleepless in Sussex. Larry Hagman. Jay was box office. The character gained a huge cult following. He did, didn't he? That back in the day, you know, with only so much like 3 or 4 channels, these soap operas were like raking in 20 million views, 20 million viewers every episode. Patrick Duffy's parents were brutally murdered in real life in a pub shooting in the 80s. They ran a bar. Really? God, I never knew that. So Patrick Duffy, parents. Wow, I never knew that. Crikey, yes. He's looking old now. Wowee. I never guessed, Lenny. I never knew this. In 1986, Patrick Duffy was flying high, enjoying fame and the success of his hit soap opera Dallas, when suddenly unthinkable tragedy struck. In November of that year, his mother and father were shot and killed at a bar they owned in Montana. The gunmen, Sean A. Wentz and Keith A. Miller, both 19 at the time, were found guilty of the murders and sentenced to jail. Miller was released on parole in 2007. At the time, Duffy had already been practicing Buddhism for 15 years. He's now been practicing for nearly 50 years and credits his faith for helping him cope. There was something about the eternity of life that had set deep inside me, he said in the latest issue of People. As horrific as that was, I don't feel disconnected with them. Crikey. Well, I never. Thanks for sharing that, Lenny. I didn't know. Yes, Dallas was the big daddy, yes, on TV. Biggest ratings. I know, it's crazy stuff, isn't it? Eh? Crikey. Do love. Oh, and do you know another one I liked about was MASH. I liked a bit of MASH. MASH. Liked a bit of MASH as well. That was another one we all enjoyed watching. There were some classics back then, mate. There were some classics. Yeah. TV's not like it used to be. Mind you, you know, we've got so much choice now, haven't we? Got so much choice. Like I said, I just finished watching. I would recommend Hunters on Netflix. Very good. Well, you know, we're sport for choice now, aren't we? Sport for choice now, that's for sure. But yeah, there's nothing really quite stands out for me, and these days anyway. Nothing really jumps out for me. Nothing's grabbed me by the balls. You know what I mean? Nothing really grabbed me by the balls and kind of giving it a good squeeze. And of course, you know, there's nothing I love better in a TV series when it grabs you by the balls and gives it a good squeeze. If my balls don't feel squeezed, it's just, you know, it's not worth watching, quite frankly. But anyway, it looks like the day is fast disappearing, Lenny. The day is fast disappearing. Another day gone, you know. But the good news is I've got a nice weekend off, which I'm looking forward to just chillaxing, having a nice weekend. Nothing I love better than doing nothing, quite frankly. I'm a bit of a lazy git. I don't mind admitting. So I'm looking forward to a nice weekend of. I've got no responsibilities. I may have to go fishing with my son Sunday, but hopefully I'll get away with that. I went night fishing with him a couple of nights ago. Very enjoyable. Didn't catch anything, but you know, it's still about it's about spending time with him, you know. Yes. February will whistle. The clocks go forward at the end of March. I know. Before we know it, it'll be September. You know, I'll be celebrating my mother's birthday. And another year's gone by. My son's getting into the gym now. I had to buy him some. Oh, what's it called? Creatine. Creatine. He got me to buy him some creatine, which I think is a bit bullshitty, really. But he reckons creatine helps him. Oh, I don't know, but you know, I tried to argue it out, but he showed me a few YouTube videos. But anyway, my son's getting into gym work, taking his creatine, which I think is a load of bollocks myself. But of course, talking about, you know, we got the Winter Olympics starting, haven't we, today? It should be fun out in Italy. But also, come May in Las Vegas, we have the Advanced Games. Now, these Advanced Games are pretty much the Olympics on steroids, in which you're allowed to take performance-enhancing drugs. And what I've heard from what I watched on a TV show recently is that they're out in Dubai at the moment, or Abu Dhabi, and they're training, and they're already matching the world records at the moment. So in training, they're matching the world records. Come May in Las Vegas, with these advanced or enhanced games, they call it, enhanced games, these world records are going to be smashed. Yeah, creatine, supposed to help boost energy levels, can be expensive. Well, you know, £12 for 60 doses. Well, I bought it from Asda. I got it from Asda. But, you know, I don't know. But hopefully Lewis will be well, I'm taking him to college next week, so you know he's in his last year now, last year of school. Can you believe it? My daughter, she's 20 plus now. She's you know, she's officially made it into adulthood. Fantastic, really. I mean, I'm all for it. Druggies games, I know, horrible. Wait till the heart attacks start happening. Good point. Good point. You know, all their drug enhancing, all their performance enhancing drugs are being administered in a medical facility, but still, the prize money, apparently there's 25 million prize pot. There should be a moral backlash to that garbage. Well, I think it's going to go down well. There's a British, what's his name? Let me find his name. British swimmer, enhanced games. Benjamin Proud. Okay. I'll get his picture up. This guy called Benjamin Proud. He says his argument is he's gone so far in swimming that there's nowhere more he can go. So he reckons he's hit a ceiling and he's just not getting rewarded for his talent. And so this guy is kind of like, he's cashing in, this Benjamin Proud. He ain't proud, he's cashing in. And but yeah, I mean, best of luck to your son and daughter. Yeah, in future endeavors, absolutely. No, and that goes to every son and daughter, doesn't it, really? But I like to think my job as a parent is just to get them to adulthood. Oh, and that's thank you for bringing that up, because that's one of the reasons why I changed my channel to Fatherhood. Because how do you know you're a good father? When you got good kids. That's how you know you're a good father. And so, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people lambaste me, but at least there's one thing in life I've excelled at, and that's being a father. And so I'm very happy to shout about that from the rooftops, quite frankly. And that's really what my channel is all about now. Fatherhood. Shouting from the rooftops. Because I can prove I've been a good father, because I've got two great young adults. So yeah, Benjamin, shamed, more like it. Yeah, Benjamin Proud, Benjamin shamed, more like it. It's about the money. And he doesn't deny that. He's quite open when he says, listen, you know, I'm not making the money I want to make. And so this Benjamin Proud, more like Benjamin shamed, the only reason he's going out to Las Vegas, to these enhanced games, is for the money. For the money, honey. For the money. But the way I look at it is, listen, it's his body. There's a market for it because, you know, humanity is always curious about what can be. You know, that's our like pioneer spirit, our exploring spirit. We always wonder what can be. And of course, you know, people want to know how fast you can run 100 meters when you're full of steroids, you know. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out in May in Las Vegas. Because like I said, as it stands, out training out in Abu Dhabi, they're already matching world records. So I think, you know, at the very minimum, seconds are going to be you know, sawn off world records for sure. But I don't like to condemn people, really. It's going to happen whether I like it or not, whether I condemn it or not. You know, there's a market for it. These stadiums are going to be sold out, and I would be interested to see what the times are. Depressing times. Drug abuse in all forms takes you one way down. Good point. Abu Dhabi, another cesspool of wrong-uns. Wow. We can safely say that one person who doesn't like drugs in sport, and that's Lenny. Damn right. Listen to this. Look at this. Depressing times. Drug abuse in all forms takes you one way down. Abu Dhabi, another cesspool of wrong-uns. What I say to my kids is dope makes you dopey. So if you want to be dopey, smoke dope. If you don't want to be dopey, don't smoke dope. Well, yeah, sad, Matt. It's undermining clean athletes. But they're condemning themselves, because anyone who participates in the enhanced games will never participate in a sporting event again. I mean, it's a breakaway, isn't it? It's a breakaway. No, I'm not going to prove you wrong, but I think it actually enhances clean athletes, because what would you be more proud of? Saying you've broken a world record cleanly, or you've broken a world record on performance enhancing drugs? You know what I mean? I know. But yet, Lenny, it's happening. It is happening. It is going ahead. And the sad thing about it is it's going to make lots of money. And lots of people are going to tune in, because it's something the world has never seen before. And yeah, it's a slippery slope. Damn right it is. And we all know that people who perform on drug enhancing performance drugs break world records. We know that with Ben Johnson. Was it Ben Johnson? I mean, for me, Ben Johnson always looks like a cheat. You could just see it in his eyes, man. Look at it. You can just see it in his eyes. Ben Johnson. That was when it first hit everyone. Lots of repugnant things are happening. We all know Jeffrey Epstein isn't anyone off. We all know Jeffrey Epstein isn't anyone off. Yeah. Let's see if we can see a little video of his. This is the dirtiest.
This race is remembered as the dirtiest race in Olympic history, but you won't believe why. You see, at the 1988 Seoul Olympics, the 100-meter final was set. American runner Carl Lewis was the clear favorite to win, since he had been the Olympic champion at the previous games in Los Angeles. But something completely unexpected happened.
And it's a fair start. And it is Raymond Kerr with the start. It is Ben Johnson with the start. Can Carl catch him? No! It's Ben Johnson! Ben Johnson does it again! Unbelievable! 9-7-9!
Ben Johnson, the Jamaican-born sprinter running for Canada, destroyed the field, even beating Carl Lewis. He set a new world record, was crowned the new Olympic champion, and received the gold medal. However, everything would change for the worse. Just 24 hours later, it was revealed that Ben Johnson had failed his drug test, losing both his world record and his gold medal. But the worst part came afterward. It was later discovered that 6 of the 8 runners in that final would fail drug tests of their own. And in the end, the official winner of the race became Carl Lewis, who had originally finished in 2nd place.
Well, I didn't know 6. Well, I didn't know that 6 of them failed it as well. Well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Eh? But I always thought you could see it in his eyes that he knew he cheated. You just saw it in his eyes. Crazy. Ben Johnson. Oh yeah, of course, yes, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Of course, he wasn't a one-off, and I think he's the one being scapegoated. Of course, I mean, look, everyone, they're all bad people. I mean, we've got a microcosm of that on YouTube. You got a bunch of people going around making out they're the great and good, when really behind the scenes they're the worst ones. And then they're calling people like myself out, making I'm the rapist, making out I'm the fucking rapist, making out I'm the the child abuser. Oh, anyway, fuck it. I've had a right ding do recently with that degenerate AJ Lashbrick making out I raped a certain individual on YouTube that we all know. Seoul 88 may have been the dirtiest Olympics ever. Crikey, yeah. I was surprised. I didn't hear that 6 out of those people on the racing track also failed drug tests. I never knew that. Well, usually 8 run, and 6 of them also failed. And so, yeah, you may well be right there, mate. Seoul 88 may have been the dirtiest Olympics ever. Truth shitter. Yeah. Wonder what's happened to Truth shitter. But to be fair, Lenny, you're one of the only ones out there who we can trust, really. And I hope I say that sincerely. I really don't think you've got any other sock puppet accounts that you come on panels, pretending to be other people. I'm quite confident that you're not one of them. Huh. I just realised something. Fucking. My clock was upside down. There was me. It's actually 21. It's only not. It's coming up to 9:30. I had my watch upside down. I thought it was like coming up to 11:20. Silly. Oh, I'm a silly Billy. I'm a silly Billy. Yeah, but on a serious note, I don't. Like I said, until they start telling us about the aliens, it's all a load of bullshit to me. And of course, we're always going to be the last to know. Always going to be the last to know. And where's it all going to end? A new world order. That's where it's going to end. But you can bet your bottom dollar the likes of me and Lenny aren't going to be involved in the New World Order. But anyway, let's just see, fucking hell. I've got to get through this year already, mate. Fucking hell. No, at least I've got something to get on with. And that's me, King Arthur, that is. I've got to carry on turning it into a screenplay. It's slow and tedious. I'll be honest with you, but it's rewarding. It's rewarding all the same. And I do find it funny that you get some idiots like Tony Quigley coming on and like saying with certainty that King Arthur wasn't real. I mean, as if how would fucking Tony Quigley know whether King Arthur was real? It's not as if he's read all the books published by Alan Wilson, Baron Blackett. But anyway, going on a bit of a tangent. I always think it's a bit dodgy when someone comes out and claims they're a genius, you know. I always think it's a red flag because, quite frankly, anyone who's foolish enough or stupid enough to come out publicly claiming they're a genius is, in all honesty, more often than not, thick as fuck. Because the last thing you do is come out publicly claiming you're a fucking genius. Do me a favour. Crikey. Fucking hell. Does make me laugh. But anyway, look, I'd just like to play a little video, okay? I'm going to play a little video. Just a little break. And I'll be back. This is called The Vampire's Ball, okay? A Vampire's Ball. And this is... The Vampire Ball is ending. This is dedicated to President Putin of Russia.
There's a chill in the marble halls tonight. Crystal glasses, borrowed light. A toast to maps they never bled for. Borders drawn behind locked doors. Old hands counting you a goal. History bore, truth soul. They call it order, call it peace. While the feast never seems to cease. A frozen world they try to keep. An unfair game stacked too deep. Time stood still by their command. But clocks don't listen, clocks don't stand. They've spent centuries filling their bellies with human flesh and borrowed bread. Pockets heavy, conscience empty. Dancing circles round the truth and death. But the music's slowing, lights are bending. Hear the silence crash the hall. They better know the night is ending. The vampire ball is ending. Velvet words, polite disguise. Sharp-toothed smile, civilized. They speak of rules they never follow. Promise hope, deliver sorrow. From empire's rise to quiet decay. Same old script, a different play. They fear the dawn more than the dark. Fear the fire, fear the spark. They want the world to stay in place. Locked in yesterday's embrace. But every debt comes due one day. Even kings must look away. They've spent centuries filling their bellies with human flesh and stolen years. Counting money, drinking plenty, calling screams necessary tears. But the chandeliers are cracking and the mirrors start to fall. No more masks, no more pretending. The vampire ball is ending. You can't freeze a turning tide. You can't outrun the truth you hide. Morning comes without a sound, and monsters hate the daylight now. They've spent centuries filling their bellies with human flesh, with blood-red lies. Building thrones on broken cities. Buying time they can't
Yeah, I mean, because ultimately, my worldview is that the world is a very, very dark place, and within our four corners, so to speak, the most despicable acts are committed on a daily basis. And yeah, that's all I feel about it, really. And it's very scary. And maybe there's a part of me that doesn't want to know, but I feel as if we must know what's happening in the dark places. We must know the true horror if we want any way of stopping it and like making our world a better place, which is ultimately is what we want, isn't it? And I used to be embarrassed back in the day, thinking I could change the world. But then I remembered a certain song by Tears for Fears. Everyone wants to rule the world. And I thought to myself, well, at least I'm not alone. You know what I mean? So let me just get the lyrics up. Tears for Fears. Everyone wants to rule the world. Lyrics. Oh, I can't find them. Oh, fucking hell. Yes, anyway. It's good wanting to rule the world if you want to make the world a better place, which ultimately everyone does. You know what I mean? It's not a narcissist thing to do. And a lot of people do rule the world. A lot of people do change the world to their liking. It just so happens, in my opinion, we've got bad people at the top. Bad people who pretend they're good and who take advantage of our better nature. Because it's reasonable to see the good in everyone. It's not a bad trait in everyone, you know, it's not a weakness in anyone. It's reasonable for everyone to see the best in everyone. And of course, that common trait in which we all have, it can be easily manipulated. And that's exactly what's happening now. I mean, it's just this Peter Mandelson. I've got his book, The Third Man. It's in front of me now. I got it for Christmas present a couple of years ago. Here's a perfect example of a man exuding goodness and greatness when behind the scene he's walking around Epstein Island in his underpants, you know, taking money off paedophile billionaires and you know, sending state secrets to all his buddies who like to have sexual relations with teenagers. And so we have two personas. We have the public persona, in which he's great and good and the best, most moral thinker there could ever be. Reminds me of Tony Quigley, who describes himself as a genius and close to godliness. And then we have the private persona, in which he shares state secrets, hangs out with a paedophile, and does ghastly stuff just to get his kicks. And that's the situation we face. And that's copied right down the levels. We have that on YouTube. We have a certain selection of people who make out they're the best thing since sliced bread, that everything they do and say is the truth, and that their lives are morally correct and they live on the high ground, and that's their public persona. But you can bet your fucking bottom dollar that what they get up to in private is the same kind of shit Peter Manderson's getting up to in private. Despicable, deplorable actions that if the wider audience knew what they were getting up to, and if we knew what their names were, they'd be serving 10-year stretchers. And that's the very reason these people who make out they're the great and good, the very reason they don't reveal their names is because they know that if their names were out there, if their true identities were out there, they would be locked up for a 10-year stretch. You know, and people need to wake up to it. People need to wake up to it. And of course, a lot of people are woken up to it as well. Yeah, and good on everyone who's woken up to it. But sadly, from my experience, and I'm one of them, the people who have woken up to it, and the people who the good people who know what's going on, they got better things to do than wasting their time trying to wake up other people, because they know it's a thankless and endless task. Endeavoring to wake up other people to see the truth is what am I looking for? What the word I'm looking for? It is a tough job, and inevitably, it's like banging your head against a brick wall. We know that old cliche: you can drag a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. And it's the same way. You can drag someone to the truth, but you cannot get them to open their eyes. And I thought that was really well illustrated in that film called They Live, where they had this massive fight. I mean, one of the best fights I've seen on a movie. Went on forever. And all one person wanted the other person to do was to put some glasses on so he could see the truth. And the other person fought with his life not to see the truth. Because there's a lot of people who don't want to see it. Because seeing the truth means admitting that they've been believing the lie all their lives. And that's a horrible thing to have to admit to yourself. That, fuck, I've been believing the lie. I've invested everything I am in the lie. And so I don't want to see the truth. Because it means admitting I've been a fucking dickhead all my life. And that's the conundrum. That's the kicker. That's the kick in the teeth. And I can understand it, you know. It's a tough one, but the world isn't an easy place. Life isn't easy. But then again, life can be easy if you want it to be. It's all a state of mind. And sometimes life is easy when you've got the blinkers on. And you can go through life with the blinkers on. And a lot of people do go through life with the blinkers on, and they have a very happy life. They have a very satisfying life. They have a lovely career. They have their lovely 2 holidays a year, and they have their lovely dinner parties. And, you know, it's good for them. But that's the thing. It's good for them. It isn't good for anyone else. Because everyone who allows the status quo to continue is contributing to a wicked world in which the most hideous things are happening to our most vulnerable on a daily basis. And inevitably, the world's most vulnerable are more often than not the children. And so by putting those blinkers on, you are doing fuck all to save the children who are being hurt on an industrial scale. And I use the term industrial scale because that's exactly what David Cameron used. The world is a really, really, really bad place. And the only reason it's allowed to continue is because so many of us have got our blinkers on. And that ain't clever. It ain't clever. But what can you do? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks ever so much for joining me. I say ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out for Lenny and Katie. I tell you, if it wasn't for Lenny and Katie, YouTube would be a very quiet place. So, well, especially for me anyway. So look, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 2 hours. Thanks ever so much. And have a good weekend. I certainly shall. I'm going to have a nice relaxing weekend. And looking forward to having a busy weekend next week. I'm taking my son to his college, which can be quite good. He's doing this multi-tradesman, which I'm quite looking forward to. Oh yeah, I've got a little song I can play out.
I'm the daddy and you know it. That's the reason you're annoyed. Every whisper, every comment just confirms what you avoid. You all came for me together. Thought the numbers gave you power, but the pressure only forged me. Turned the minutes into hours. I don't break, I don't bend, I don't fall beneath the noise. You're confused about authority, mistaken fear for poise. I don't need to raise my hand, I don't need to raise my voice. Truth stands up right on its own, lies don't get a choice. I'm the daddy, yeah you know it. Every move you made just showed it. You all tried but never owned it. Now I rise while you erode it. I'm the daddy, standing tallest. Pressure made me sharpest, strongest. You came at me, you were warning. I don't crack, I get enormous. Yeah. You line up with your labels, throw your stories like they stick, but none of them were honest, just dramatic, loud and thin. Every name you try to call me, every myth you try to sell, just reveal more about you than it ever did myself. You run crying to the headmaster, paper shields and ball might, while I'm standing in the daylight, letting facts do all the fighting. Truth don't need a choir, truth don't need a mob, lies need constant maintenance, truth just does its job. Yeah, I'm the daddy, yeah you know it. Every shot you took just proved it. You all failed it, then you doubled. Now the strength is compounded. I'm the daddy, unrelenting. Life and me, we're co-inventing. Every blow you thought would end me, just refine me, just reinvent it. You mistook calm for weakness, you mistook silence for fear, you mistook patience for permission, and that's where you lost it, right here. Raising anything real takes endurance. Character isn't built in comfort. Pressure doesn't destroy the solid, it exposes the hollow. Someone once said I must be in on it, cause I wear the fire too well. But it wasn't strength you were witnessing, it was how weak the hits fell. Noise without substance, fury without aim. When all you've got is outrage, you eventually burn out in flame. I don't chase your approval, I don't need your belief. I live grounded in facts, while you're drowning in grief. You try to make me smaller, but the math didn't add. Your stories had no evidence, so they never landed bad. I'm the daddy, undeniable, built on truth, unbreakable. Every test just made me viable. Now I'm standing, undeniable. I'm the daddy, still ascending, focused, living, self-defending. I don't hate you, I transcend you. That's the part you can't contend with. I'm unrelenting, I love my life and life loves me back.
Facts over fiction, calm over chaos, strength over noise. Happy New Year, 2020 sings, I'm still here.
I'm gonna let them know that Dolomite